everybody, welcome back to Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. So I have been challenged by Dee from Natural NC for biscuits and gravy and breakfast food. We got to talking one morning about biscuits and gravy, and I thought that everybody did biscuits and gravy kind of the same way. And what we found is everybody does it a little bit different. Even SOS is different. Did you know it's not just hamburger meat and gravy across the country? I was shocked. So I wanted to show you what my family's version of just good old-fashioned Texas biscuits and gravy. It's kind of similar to what Dee does, but I thought I would show you what we like to do. Our biscuits are pretty similar, but there are some differences. So anyway, in here I have a stick of melted butter. I have some buttermilk. To that, I'm gonna add a cup of buttermilk. And I'm just going to add that into the butter. And it's going to kind of get lumpy looking, and that's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. Now I've melted my butter. You know, growing up, my sweet mother every single morning would make biscuits, or she'd make something every single morning. We always had breakfast every morning before school. And then you're going to add that to your flour. Okay, I've got everything written down. I wrote it down because usually when I make it, like I say all the time, it's just kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I dump it all together. And what I'm doing, I'm making drop biscuits. I don't roll them out or anything. So to that, I am adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Show you my teaspoon. Oh, you're right. Well, you add both. It's a brand new can. You always want to use really fresh baking powder because it will go bad. I need my teaspoon here. Of the baking powder, you need 2 teaspoons. That is the table. So I have a half here, so I'm just going to add 2. 4 of these. All right. Okay, so then I need the baking soda. I need a half a teaspoon. Okay, then my sugar. This is the non-GMO sugar that I'm using. You want 3/4 of a teaspoon. Right? No. Tablespoon. All right. There we go. All right. And I'm gonna mix this all up. We don't eat just a lot of biscuits. because I don't eat a lot of bread. I'm going to get this slightly incorporated, and then I'm going to knead this up a little bit with my fingers. And you don't want to fool with this just a whole lot. And then I'm going to drop it on some parchment paper, and then you're going to bake it in the oven on 475 for about 12 minutes, or until golden brown. And then I'm going to brush the top with some melted butter. And this is a really easy recipe, guys. And I will put the whole thing, the description, the recipe in the description box. So I've kind of stumbled through this. I apologize. My gravy will be a whole lot better, I promise. I just don't make biscuits that often. Okay, I've got that all mixed up. So you really don't want to fool with it much. So let me get my pan over here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I've just laid down some parchment paper, and then I'm just going to get a little bit right here, and then I just drop it in here. I don't need it. Literally, that's why they call them drop biscuits. They're not pretty, they're not, but they taste good. And a lot of times I will do this on a cookie sheet where you have a bigger surface. But right now my cookie sheets has tomatoes on it, plant starch. So yeah, we're making it in this. So I'm gonna have enough for 2 batches. Let's see if I can get 3 in here. I might can get it all in here. We'll try. I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see. I might be almost in. Squeeze it up a little bit more. Looky there. May end up being one big biscuit. End up cutting it. All right, we'll go with that. All right, I'm gonna put them in the oven for 12 minutes. I'm gonna move the camera, and then we'll come over here and make gravy. Be right back. Welcome back. I am browning up about a half a package of breakfast sausage. I'm not doing a big batch because it's just Papa and I. Kendra's at school right now, so no need to do a huge mess right now. Though Kendra did say when I told her what video I was making today, she said, "You better save me some." I said, "I'll make you some later." When my little brother, who is 8 years younger than I am, so my poor mother is like raising 2 families. When he was a little guy, all he would nearly eat every single morning was gravy and toast. So, but he didn't want meat or anything in it. He wanted butter gravy. I think he's just spoiled. That's okay. My mom enjoys spoiling him. He was the baby. My mother really thought I didn't absorb any of her skills growing up. She's like, I didn't think you were paying attention. I was like, Mom, I was listening more than you realize. When I started my YouTube channel and she watched some of my stuff, she's like, I didn't realize you knew how to do all that. Like that, I learned from the master. Not that I'm all that in a bag of chips by any means, but my mother is a phenomenal cook. One of these days when we're back on the farm, I hope to get her on the channel because, guys, that woman, she is the cook. She is definitely the master. Okay, when I get this sausage browned up, I'm going to put it in a separate bowl to make the gravy, and then I'll add it back to it. I know a lot of people just do it all in the same thing. It just always, for me, seems to work better, and I get the lumps out of it if I go ahead and pull the sausage out. Thank you. Papa's such an awesome sous chef. I hope your family is faring well from the flu season. I know, excuse me, that Papa ended up with a mild case of it, turned out to be. I think having elderberry in the house helped. So if you get it, I highly recommend getting you some elderberry syrup made up. I had made that on my live, but it was Andrea from VW Family Farms recipe. Excuse me. So please go check out her recipe. I will link where I got my berries from on Amazon. I'll put a link down there in the description below. Please get you some. It was not hard to make. We are still taking it. I highly recommend it. Okay, so I'm going to turn down my oil. And I'm going to add to this about a half, maybe not even a half, because I have a lot of oil left from the sausage. Maybe a quarter stick of butter to this. Yeah, you know. I don't need a lot of times I'll add about a half, but I really don't need it because this still had quite a bit of fat in it. I don't use vegetable oil. I have a personal hate of vegetable oil, so to that, I need a towel right there. I got butter on my fingers. Thank you. Alright, hand me some flour. Again, this is one of these things that I just eyeball. To that, about, again, I'm just eyeballing this, so I don't even want to give you a measurement. Get my flat spatula, the big one. And I use whole milk. Open that milk up for me. Just pour a little bit of milk in there. And to me, the easiest way to get your lumps out of it is use a flat spatula. I don't use 2% or skim. Here's the deal on that, and a lot of times when they take the fat out, it just brings up the sugar content to it. So I would just rather you know, use the fat. Oh, my biscuits are ready. But if you will use something flat like a spatula, it will help with the lumps. You bring me the salt and pepper. I wanted to note in my biscuits, I didn't add more salt to the recipe because my butter was salted. The recipe itself calls for salt, but I didn't add salt, but simply because my butter was salted, and the recipe called for unsalted butter. I did taste a little bit of the dough, and it didn't need any salt. So I know I was going to probably get comments of like, you didn't salt it. That's why. I thought, oh, I need to tell them that. I'm just adding salt and, okay. I know. I'm going to leave these biscuits a little bit longer. Just a minute more, because it said 12 to 14 minutes. I think it needs a couple more minutes. So I'm going to cancel that. So it'll stop. And then I just kind of, all right, that's all I'm gonna need. And then your gravy, when you get it to the consistency you want, which I nearly do, I just add my sausage back to it. And that is how you get sausage gravy, my friends. I don't like a extremely thick gravy, because at that point it just tastes like paste to me. And then we just crumble our biscuits up. Well, I crumble my biscuits up. He tends to just open them up. So it is just however you like it. And then there you go, my friends. That is some good Texas sausage and gravy right there. And then I need to put some of that in a bowl for me so I can top these biscuits. What do you think? You think I got it? All right, so my challenge is along the river homestead. Chrissy, I want to see your version, because yours was completely different than mine and Dee's. And I want to see, I don't think you were thrown in that. Was Copper Kettle Farm, did she challenge her in this already?
I don't know.
Copper Kettle Farm? Crystal, let's see your version, baby girl. Mandy, I want to see yours too. Let's do this. I want to see y'all's at Royal Amethyst Acres. Let's see y'all's version of biscuit and gravy. Love y'all. I'm going to pull these biscuits out. All right, Papa. Sit them right there. I hate living in an apartment. All right, so I'm gonna brush these with butter. I don't think I need to. It's pretty soft. Yeah, it is. I'll brush the top of these with butter. we're gonna have us some biscuits and gravy, guys. Oh, where's my gloves? My odd shaped gloves.
Mhm. There you go, Drop Biscuits. All right, thank you guys so much. God bless. We'll see you on the next video.
We meant to be in the great outdoors.